In the summer of 2019, a chilling mystery unfolded along the infamous Highway of Tears, a series of murders that sent shockwaves through communities, leaving a trail of unanswered questions. Join us as we delve deep into the heart of this unsolved case. Autopsies, suspects, and a remote wilderness discover the eerie secrets that continue to haunt this rugged terrain. From fear gripping the region to calls for justice echoing nationwide, this is a story that transcends borders and touches the lives of many. Don't miss our deep dive into the 2019 Northern British Columbia murders, a mystery that remains unsolved and an impact that lingers. Catch it on today's episode of Murder Monday. Hit that subscribe button to uncover the truth and be part of the search for justice.
This episode is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Hey listeners and viewers, let's talk about surfing the web. We all love the freedom the internet offers, but it's essential to remember the importance of online security and privacy. That's where our favorite tool, ExpressVPN, comes in. ExpressVPN provides a layer of protection that keeps our personal data secure and private. It's especially crucial when we're shopping online or using public Wi-Fi, ensuring our passwords, email, and sensitive information remain our own. It's super easy to use. You just open the app, click to connect, and voila, your connection is secure. Your IP address is masked. This level of encryption is a game changer, allowing us to browse, stream, and work worry-free. And let's not forget the speed. ExpressVPN is incredibly fast, avoiding the lag and buffering we all dread. It's especially great for those of us who love streaming our favorite shows and movies. No more geo-restrictions or content limitations. Plus, the versatility is impressive. It works on every device, phones, laptops, even routers. So everyone who's connected to your network is automatically protected. Customer support is also phenomenal. They're available 24/7 to help you with anything you need. It's genuinely a comprehensive service. We can't emphasize enough the importance of protecting your online presence. Internet security is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And ExpressVPN is a powerful tool in maintaining your online privacy. Use the link in the description and sign up today and explore the different plans available. Find the one that suits your needs and start browsing the internet with peace of mind, knowing you're protected with the best. Secure your internet, enjoy your freedom, and let ExpressVPN be your companion in the digital world.
Before we dive into today's episode of Murder Monday, we'd like to remind you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Just search True Crime Never Sleeps Podcast. Without further ado, let's dive into today's episode. 2019 Northern British Columbia murders, also known as the Highway of Tears case, are a series of tragic and unsolved homicides that have left a lasting impact on the communities and families affected. We're going to dive into the details of the case, the victims, and the investigation, and the ongoing efforts to bring justice to those who lost their lives. In the vast and remote wilderness of northern British Columbia, a haunting mystery unfolded in the summer of 2019. A series of homicides occurred along the so-called Highway of Tears, a desolate stretch of road that has been the backdrop for numerous unsolved crimes against women and girls over the years. The 2019 Northern British Columbia murders have reignited concerns about the safety of this region and the unresolved cases that continue to haunt the community. The Highway of Tears refers to a 724-kilometer, 450-mile stretch of Highway 16 that runs through northern British Columbia, connecting the cities of Prince George and Prince Rupert. The isolated and rugged highway has gained notoriety for the alarming number of women and girls who've gone missing or been murdered while traveling along it. The first recorded case along this deadly route dates back to 1969. Since then, at least 18 women and girls have either disappeared or been found dead in the area. But in this case, the 2019 Northern British Columbia murders claimed the lives of 3 individuals: Chynna Deese, Lucas Fowler, and Leonard Dyck. Chynna Deese was 24, an American tourist who, along with her Australian boyfriend Lucas Fowler embarked on a road trip through Canada. They were found dead on July 15, 2019, near Liard Hot Springs in British Columbia. Their blue Chevy van was discovered at the scene. Second victim, Lucas Fowler, was 23 years old. Like we just said, was an Australian national and the boyfriend of Chynna Deese. The couple's tragic death shocked their families and international communities alike. And then finally, the third victim was Leonard Dyck. He was a botany lecturer at the University of British Columbia. His body was discovered on July 19, 2019, approximately 290 miles from the site where Deese and Fowler were found. The suspects in their murders were later connected to Dyck's death. The investigation into the 2019 Northern British Columbia murders were complex and challenging due to the remote locations of the crimes and the vast wilderness that surrounded them. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police took charge of the case, and their efforts were supported by various other law enforcement agencies, including local police departments and international authorities. So there were some key developments in this case, starting off with the autopsies and cause of death. Autopsies conducted on the victims revealed that Chynna Deese and Lucas Fowler died from gunshot wounds, and Leonard Dyck's cause of death was also gunshot related. These findings indicated that the same perpetrators were likely responsible for all three murders. And on July 22, 2019, the RCMP announced they had identified two young men as suspects in the murders. Cam McLeod at age 19 and Brian Schmigelski at 18 years old. Both suspects were from Vancouver Island, British Columbia. A nationwide manhunt for these two was launched, with police urging the public to be vigilant and report any sightings. The suspects were considered armed and dangerous, and the search covered vast areas of wilderness in northern British Columbia. On August 7, 2019, the bodies of the two boys were found near Gillam, Manitoba, more than 1,800 miles from where the murders occurred. Autopsies revealed that the two young men died by suicide. The motive behind the 2019 Northern British Columbia murders remains a subject of speculation, as the suspects did not leave behind any explicit motive or manifesto. The remote nature of the crimes and the suspects' deaths have made it challenging to uncover any concrete evidence regarding their motives. Some theories have arisen, including one, their criminal past. It was reported that both Cam and Briar had a troubled history and were known to have expressed fascination with violent themes, including horror movies and video games. Some have suggested that this fascination could have played a role in their actions. And number two, isolation. The remote location of the murders could have been a factor, as it provided an opportunity for the suspects to commit their crimes without immediate fear of discovery. And number three, their desire to evade capture. Their decision to flee and attempt to evade capture suggests a desire to avoid facing the consequences of their action. This may have been driven by fear, guilt, or other factors. Despite these theories, the true motive remains elusive and will probably never be determined. The 2019 British Columbia murders have had a profound impact on the communities in the region, as well as on the families of the victims and the suspects. The murders have heightened fears among residents of northern British Columbia, especially those living along the Highway of Tears. Many community members are now more cautious about traveling alone along this route, particularly at night or alone. The case brought renewed attention to the broader issue of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls in Canada. Advocacy groups and Indigenous communities have used the case as a rallying point to demand greater attention, resources, and action to address this ongoing crisis. The families of Chynna, Lucas, and Leonard, Cam, and Briar have all been deeply affected by the events of 2019. The emotional toll on these families is immeasurable, and their lives have been forever changed. The 2019 British murders are a tragic and haunting chapter in the history of the Highway of Tears. The deaths of Chynna, Lucas, and Leonard, along with the suicides of Cam and Briar, left many questions unanswered and emotions raw. The remote and challenging nature of the investigation, along with a lack of clear motive, has made solving this case a complex endeavor. So we want to hear your thoughts on this case in the comments section below. Give us your theories or your beliefs. And as always, if you want to support the channel, you can go ahead and buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/TCNS. Your support helps the channel grow, upgrade our equipment, and one day bring this show on the road. And as always, thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.